It's your boy, the Memphis XLR, welcoming you to the inaugural episode of the 100 Days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 6, where every day for 100 days we'll be dueling with a different deck every single day. And today, of course, we're beginning this newest season, and so we have a deck themed around the beginning, and we have ourselves a Blacklustersoldier deck. A little different than normal. It's not purely a chaosy Blacklustersoldier. I wanted to try out the Horus cards in this because they are all level 8s. They summon out pretty easy. Free real estate for making the link, making ritual material, etc. So we got ourselves a Horus deck. It's more casual-minded perhaps, but it's got some interesting little things it can do. It's got some little midgets in here. So we're going to be taking a look at this deck. We're going to show off what it do on good old EDO Pro, show all the wombos, the combos, the what do's, and the what the not do's. So, of course, if you want to know the whole deck list, that'll be in the description. Might be a little late because the first episode might be out a little later than I'd like it to be. But it'll be there at some point. So, check that out if you'd like to know what we're using. But for now, let's go into EDO Pro, that wild west of Yu-Gi-Oh! And show off this deck in all of its glory. So, enough talking. Let's get right into the action. Alrighty, our first opponent, another day, another card game. We'd like to go second with this deck. We can also just as well go first. We have options for both, but we are primarily point down, and especially with a hand like this would have been a very good point down hand, but we don't get to do that. But we do get to do pretty much everything with this deck would like to do with this opening hand, provided we don't get ass blossomed or something. Because we got the King Sarko, and this just lets me cycle all my Horuses into the grave. Amazing new setup, the Horuses. I can just send all of them to the grave. So long as I have the sarcophagus, I can just bring them all right back right away. It's pretty nifty. Pretty nifty. Let's see. Let me just double check the Horus effects again. Yeah, I'm good with that. There's some benefit to leaving them all on the board. Primarily, I use these boys for some Xyz play. Lets me get some nice big monsters on the board pretty early. As it stands, though, yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. I could leave them on the board, and if my cards get destroyed, like if he goes after the sarcophagus, I could do some stuff. But we're good for that. For now, though, got so many things I'd like to do, and so many things we probably will save for the next duel. For now, we're going to keep it nice and simple. We've got our Titanic Galaxy. We'll have ourselves a Dengirzu. Can also make Sanafon. If I knew what I was up against, I'd go Sanafon. He's good for graveyard decks. But we got ourselves a couple big monsters, and next turn, I can drop a boy onto the board, provided I don't draw into some certain cards. So, that's the idea of the Horuses, at least. We've seen the Horuses before. They're a pretty nice bunch. And we'll see where it all goes out. Yeah, I was figuring the imperm was in there somewhere. Time Tearing Morganite. Interesting. Fascinating indeed. Fascinating. Very interesting. But no. We do have the Swordsman of Legend. A nice monster. I can reveal him to get my ritual spell. Any ritual spell, actually. If you ever needed to do that, that would be something you could do. But we don't need it at the moment. As for what we're going to do... I'm just going to go ahead and Horus again because I can. And I will not negate myself. Tempting. Very tempting to negate myself, but I think we'll be good. Well, my opponent, I'm really tempted to give him a turn just to see what he's trying to do. But there's no mercy in Yu-Gi-Oh! This deck, she hits hard when she hits. We're going to summon out our Blacklustersoldier, the legendary swordsman. Since we used a normal monster to summon him, if I destroy my opponent's monster and he actually had a board, he would lose his board. My opponent can't do anything in the battle phase, and then this guy just shuffles everything back into the deck if he happens to beat over a monster. Pretty brutal. So, it was Vijam. Okay. Attacking card, destroys a monster by battle. Okay. I did not destroy. Okay, so this duel is not quite over and done, is it? Okay. Alright, is what it is. I guess we have to deal with Vijam another way. How are we dealing with Vijam? I have ways to deal with Vijam. Not the most, affordable ways of dealing with Vijam, but I could certainly do it. I can certainly wing it. I mean, if I link these off, I'll get all the Horuses back in the grave, and then they just come right back. That's the nice thing about the Horus lineup. All I need to do is deal with one Vijam that he didn't even put in the spell trap zone. Alright, so this is Cubics. Okay, I thought this duel was over. And it is now. Provided he doesn't have more. Provided my opponent doesn't have more, we will be the victors. Alright. Well, every once in a while you run into a monster that, you know, you just can't beat over the darn thing. Our deck is very beat-over-centric. But it is what it is, at the very least. But my opponent, he survived the turn. And we get to show off more of what this deck can do. Because like I said, with the Horuses, you can do a lot. My opponent surrenders. That's understandable, because this was game. I have more than enough damage to do it. But that's what this deck is about. High speed, lots of damage, get lots of monsters on the board. It's unfortunate my opponent was never able to establish anything. That sometimes happens with Cubics, but, you know, they can do some cool stuff, Cubics. So don't diss Cubics too hard. They just had a bad day this time. But our deck, we got to show the main idea is summon out the Horuses, get some establishment, ritual summon, go for game. So, good for first opponent. Go ahead for duel number 2. Show off more what this deck can do, because I have a lot of exceeds I'd like to make. I'd like to show off Coach Trainer. That's a cool dude to summon out. So, let's get right into it. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. But this time, hopefully, my opponent can do just a little bit extra. I don't like to totally shut my opponents down if I can help it. Alright, so we're going first. An interesting assortment of cards to be certain. We'll start with the Horus field spell, actually. Basically just lets me get a Horus monster, but then I have to ditch a card to the bottom of my deck. Never a problem when you're playing Horus, of course. But more importantly, I do have my Super Soldier Synthesis, which will hopefully enable us to do some more today. So lets me ritual summon using cards in my... Well, one in my hand, one in the deck. That sort of situation. But instead of doing the same old, I want to do something different. I want to do something new. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to summon 3 of these. Well, we're going to summon them all. But we're going to only need 3 of them. I could use all, do the same thing again, but that would be boring. We're not going to do boring, no. We're going to show off all the stuff this deck can do. We're going to summon out this man. Coach Soldier, Coach King Giant Trainer, whatever his name is. Basically, up to 3 times per turn, I detach material, draw another card, and if I ever draw a monster card, which, you know, I can get into, then I just get to draw, do burn damage, all that good stuff. I do a lot of things. Let's see. I want to get the Envoy of Chaos for reasons I will not elaborate upon. Not yet, anyway. So let's go ahead. Keep it up. Got the Ritual Monster. Got that burn damage. Alright, first blood. It's nice to have the first blood. And we'll get second blood, too. Nice. And I can normal summon, so... yeah. Let's go ahead and summon out Beginning Night. And we're going to go ahead and link into the link. Because I do have a big old mod. That's another thing about the Horuses. They are big boys. So now we have our Soldier of Chaos. Can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Big 3k beat stick. Please don't hit me with a rock. I will cry. Oh. Druid's Worm. Okay. Oh, one of the Horuses is a light. That's right. But you foolish fool. You have made a slight blunder there. You have banished my Beginning Night. By doing so, you activate his special ability, and I get to add a ritual spell so I can avoid any ash blossoms or things like that. Alright. I could ritual summon now. Let me think. This card sent from the field of the grave, target special summon monster on the board. I wanted to do the thing where I nuke his board, though. That'd be cool. But I want to show off everything. You know, we'll just do this thing. We're going to summon out our legendary swordsman. We're going to use the Beginning Night from our deck and the Envoy of Chaos in the hand. Abachumba. And because we use Beginning Night, once per turn, I can just banish a dude. So... who do I get rid of? This gives him setup. This just gets rid of legendary swordsman, so I'm going to get rid of the Bystial that sets him up more. I think that is a better idea. And that will do it for our first turn. Okay, not bad. I was kind of hoping to keep the envoy. He is our hand trap, essentially. Ditch him for 1,500 attack points. That would have been pretty neat. But I felt like I should at least try to interrupt my opponent's flow a little bit. I do have the ability to just keep banishing. Oh, see, there you go. I drew into the thing I did not want to draw. So, I say I was justified there. I would say so. Heart of the cards and all that good stuff. Alright. Should be pretty set. Let's just summon the Horus. This is the nastiest thing about the Horus lineup. You can just bring them back every turn. Absolutely bodacious. And what else can we summon? I don't like some of this. I only summon them in here for, you know, because I can. So many options, never enough options. In Girazu, we've seen everybody though. I kind of want to summon Xanathon, but you know, let's just go for battle phase. What are the odds that's Mirror Force? What are the odds? There's no odds of that. Alrighty, so that's going to be game number 2. So far, my opponent's going a little easy, but then again, it is a new format, so people are probably still figuring out, like, what they want to play and stuff. But I know what I want to play. I want to play me some blacklustersoldier boy with Horus. So, good for Duel 2. So far, we're on a roll. Let's go ahead for one more duel today. Keep it nice and simple. And let's just see. We have a few more Exceeds we could summon. We have Link Karibo, too. So, let's just give it a go. Let's go for duel numero 3. Alrighty, the third opponent. The fighting third, as we like to call it. And I don't know what else to say. We're doing the deck as I like to see it done. We are doing the battle phase. We're getting things done. I got the Horus that lets me search, and the search that lets me Horus. So, happy with that. We do have a danger. Originally, I had a very, very different idea for this deck with a lot more dangers in them. And I really liked that idea for that deck. Unfortunately, it just was not as consistent as I wanted it to be. But I managed to keep Bigfoot in here because he's still level 8. He's a beat stick. He pops cards if he happens to hit himself. There's reasons to keep in the danger Bigfoot. Let's put it that way. Let's put it nice and simple. We'll keep in the Bigfoot at the very least. But originally I did have like Nessie and Tsuchinoko and things like that. It just wasn't working as well as I'd like it to. As much as I want to keep things nice and light and jovial for this series and all my videos, I also need to make sure that the deck works as best as possible. What is my opponent playing? I'm seeing some Rokkets. Seeing a lot of Rokkets. Noctavision Dragon and Absrauthar Dragon and Dragon, Holt the Dragon, all that good stuff. Alright, John Dillinger. Sounds good. Alright, so we're going to be seeing some good old-fashioned rocketry. If we'll get to the moon tonight. Oh, don't know. But I think I should probably skip ahead until this guy's done, because this is going to take a few minutes, because it is Rokkets. So, let's see what this next card is. Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and skip ahead until he's done, because this is going to take a minute. Alrighty, so now it's finally our turn. Let's see what we've got going. Go ahead and start with our stone wall of the Imperial Tombs. Ever. Speeddoer, 1 Savage Dragon. Borland is pretty big. Can I out that? Technically. Is it going to be easy? No. Not easy at all, but we will make do and see where this goes. I mean, yeah, that's going to be hard. Envoy of Chaos could definitely be very helpful here, but will it be enough? Only the ritual is the problem. That's going to be the one big issue. Alright. See where this goes. I might just dick around with this third duel, to be honest. We'll see where it goes and see how what may do. Let's get our King Sarcophagus going. Draw us another card. Okay. What it is. I would really like my ritual boy. So, let's hedge our bets. Come on, Bigfoot. Come on, boy. You gotta fetch. Fetch the ritual boy. Fail me, Bigfoot. Fail me hard. That's a quick effect. I don't think I can get rid of that. I can get rid of Savage Dragon, though. He's pretty big. Let's just get rid of that dude. Let's get rid of that guy. He's pretty big. Alright, well, sadly, no ritual shall affront us, and I wish I had remembered one copy of Underworld Goddess. Always put in a copy of Underworld Goddess in a Horus deck, and I made the mistake of forgetting that last. I'll have to remember to put that in the deck profile later, because that would have been good. Because this thing is, it can't be destroyed by battle card, neither play target card. Oh wait, no, doesn't the Gears still work on this thing? Target an effect monster on the field and rocket in your grave to get the efficient. Yeah, even the Gearzu wouldn't help here because of that. Regrettably. Hmm. I'm thinking with hum and humdinger hum. So I have a plan. We'll see if it works or not. He might negate me at some point, and I kind of expect him to. But this does target. So my idea here is we go for the Soldier of Chaos. He's a nice big 3k beat stick of a boy. And I can't be targeted, so he can negate himself, but that's about it. He can negate his own Time Thief for Doer and bring back the Rocket Tracer. Eventually. So if he bounces himself, he gets like nothing. Okay. I was about to say. Now, we're certainly not out of the woods. So, let's see. During the battle phase, discard this card, Blacklustersoldier. Every opponent's monster battles it. This turn has attack become the monster's original attack. Doesn't really matter, so we're gonna just go battle phase. Because the one thing this thing does not do is protect itself from that. Well, it does. It does protect itself from battle. Okay, there was nothing I could have done to stop this, but at least I did damage. I did do damage. Don't tell me I didn't. Yep, that's pretty much game right there. There's nothing else I can... End of the turn, and... Yeah. Banish. Banish a couple dudes. I get back the envoy. Okay, we're not quite dead yet, actually. Get my ritual spell. I can get my monster. It only works if I have more than he does, which I don't. The problem still is that I cannot link that away. I can't target it or nothing, and the main issue is still very much there. In that I have to bait out the Borland Dragon before I can do anything about it. So we'll see. We'll see in a moment how this is going to go. Okay. Okay, he's just going to get back Savage Dragon and try and make it again, I assume. Maybe? Then Dragon. And then add a Dragon. Add a White Dragon Wyver Buster. Ban. Okay. Oh, actual solid back and forth here we got going here. Surprise! I thought I was gonna be in a bit of trouble, and I still am, but it could be worse. Could be worse. Could be a lot better though. Be better, yeah. I think I'm still kind of screwed because he's just gonna make good old what's his face again. Yeah, he's gonna make good old what's his face again, and I'm pretty much screwed. But it looks like he's trying to actually. It looks like he's trying to do something different. So might as well stick around and see what it is. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that I can't do much. The fact that he was playing Borland Dragon in an actual rocket deck kind of messed with me. And the fact that I didn't have, good old-fashioned Underworld Goddess. That would have been pretty dang helpful, Memphis. Why you gotta forget the Underworld Goddess? Ooh. Could have stopped all of it. Could have stopped all the graveyard. Well, couldn't have stopped this. Oh, no, I could have stopped that, too. Dang it, I could have stopped a lot of things. One Underworld Goddess, sir. All it would have taken. I don't think it matters, but I'm gonna just do this anyway. Might as well eat up a negate. Maybe I'll survive by 50 life points. Oh wait, I guess it doesn't lose its attack points. So no, I'm still... Am I alive or am I dead? It's hard to tell. 60, 68... No, I survived. I actually survived that. Okay, that's surprising. Alright. Pretty intense 3-turn. I mean, this is modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty intense over a very short period of time. Alright, but this'll be the last turn no matter what we do, because I don't have Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. What can I say? What are we drawing to? Problem, though, is that if I activate the Sarco, I just die. I'd rather not do that if I can help it. So we're just gonna try and summon everybody. Summon all of the boys to the yard. See where this goes. I don't lose these if I lose Horus. So what I'm gonna try and do something snarky here. I'm gonna put another Horus into the grave, bait out the negate. It'll work. If I had Underworld Goddess, that would have worked, but unfortunately I don't. So let's stop griping about it and think of what we're gonna do here. I do have Glubion, but of course that doesn't work in this situation. I have another Soldier of Chaos. He can't be strong about it. Need to play guitar this card monster effect. That doesn't target, though. Like I said, I'm just dicking around with this. I just want to see what happens. I'm gonna make another Soldier of Chaos. See where that goes, and... Oh no, did I lose... Where did my blue eyes go? Blue eyes? Two peeps? My brother? Am I not allowed to use... Oh, wait. Why am I not allowed to use the power of my beautiful ritual spell? Deck to a level... What? Alright, well, there's nothing else I can do about that. Okay, let's go ahead and be into this guy. Alright, Rocket Synchron. He's gonna bring back the Tracer. Yeah, continue the attack, although he's probably gonna blow this up to get something else. Still gonna destroy something. Eventually, but... Oh, wait a moment. Okay, just summon another one. Alright, I mean, I'm destroying something no matter what he does. And then I get to banish a card, or I could just gain 1500. I do need to crash Horus into Borland, though. That is a very important thing. You know what? I'm just going to gain 1500 and see if we can get over it. I'm just going to give my opponent the, give him the challenge. I got 50 life points, but my monster is bigger than yours. Oh. I forgot I could do that. That was a stupid move, though, because... So your Horus monster battles a monster. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that, because now I'm just gonna lose there. But it was funny to see. Alright. He still has a negate. Okay. Well, I styled my opponent to death, and that's where it goes. I should have just gotten rid of the Borland Savage Dragon. Kind of forgot, admittedly, that the King Sar could do that. But, it's when, so, like I said, more lighthearted on the show. It's all good. We make a mistake, we learn from that mistake. So, I basically lose the minute he decides to attack into my dude, because while I could do that thing again, he can just negate it. So, I'll say that we've lost this third duel. A nice back and forth match. I know I didn't do much damage. Admittedly, I did not do much damage at all, but we held on for a good amount of time despite my opponent with his Omni Negates and his undestructible monsters. So, you know, it was a good duel. I was happy to have it. And so let's go ahead into the end screen. Alrighty, everybody, Blacklustersoldier of the Sun. The Warrior of the Sun. We went 2 out of 3. Acceptable in all respects. I mean, I'm still a little worried about why I couldn't summon the soldier at the time I could have, but it really wouldn't have mattered too terribly much. Maybe a little bit, but honestly, the deck works just fine. You know, we're able to summon out our Horuses. They give us the support that we need while we get ready to summon out our big Luster Soldier boy. And our boy can do lots of damage. He can wipe boards if need be. And it's just a fun deck to play, honestly. It's a less serious version of the Blacklustersoldier, but it still gets the job done. We can summon out all these different monsters. We summoned out a good number of them as well, and I enjoyed it. We're back at it with 100 days of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's only going to get more crazy from here. So thank you very much for watching today, everybody. If you did enjoy, do remember to hit the like button. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the deck. If you have any suggestions for the future, the poll, you know, it's open. The suggestion room is open for more days. We are in like day 30 on requests though, so be patient if you do request anything. And tomorrow we're taking a look at a custom frog deck. It's going to be neat. So, till tomorrow, everybody. It's your boy Memphis signing out. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Till next time, y'all take care.